like not question things. And so that started a larger conversation of like, well, if we train our young people early, and there's a lot of a communist leaning to this. Lenin has said something very similar of like, you give me a child for 4 years and I'll show you the adult. So there was just this push of like, look, if as long as we get our kids in early during those developmental years and we show them not how to think well, but we show them exactly how we want them to think, we will end up with a population that's smart enough to follow orders, and they can do some things under orders, but they're not going to think for themselves. They're going to look to somebody else. They're not going to believe they've got any ability to have any answers. And so they developed a human behavioral management system. And that's about how I would have designed it too if I really wanted to train a population. And that's ultimately what was brought over here. You got guys like Henry Ford at the time, who was like, look, I need a bunch of factory workers. I'll pour a whole bunch of money into this to really make sure we've got a compulsory system that's aligned with the government where we can train a population to really grow and do what we say. We get to pull the strings. Go dive into the history for yourself. But I would argue that if you really, that aside, just take a look at our population and the way we've done schooling and go, okay, we're going to break things into subjects. You got to go for 12. We got 91% of our population, man, has a high school diploma from a conveyor belt program. Do you look at our population and go, yeah, 91% of them definitely at least somewhat well educated? You don't.